all viewers, welcome to Psychomaths. Today's session will be held on fractions. Yes, it is on fractions. Especially the main issue related to the fraction at the basic level after classifying as proper, improper and mixed is the comparison of the fractions. And not only related or not only to the extent of the comparison, it is also to arrange them in the order of ascending order and descending order. So viewers and students, in today's session, in this session we will be getting through with the fractions comparisons and arrange them in the ascending and descending order. But before we start with that, you need a basic thing for your knowledge, and that is your like fractions. Like fractions, see what it is. Like fractions, what shall it be? Try to comment it if you know it. Like fractions are basically the fractions having same denominators. Yes, they are the fractions having same denominators. Whereas unlike fractions are the fractions having different denominators. Now, this is the basic which we need to understand before we start with comparisons. I repeat, like fractions are the fractions having the same denominators, and unlike fractions are the fractions having different denominators. Just focus on denominators. Yes, fractions acts like terminators, but focus on the denominators. So it will be very much easy for you all to understand and grasp the concept of the fractions, comparisons. Let us start with it. Let us say, for example, we are having the two fractions, the two like fractions. The first one is 3 by 5 and the other one is 7 by 5. So students, when you are having like fractions, just see the denominators are same. The denominators are same. Just compare the numerators. Check. 3 is less than 7. And here you get it through. So our next step is the 3 by 5 is less than 7 by 5. The like questions are very simpler and very easy to understand. Now, the second part, the second aspect related to the unlike fractions. As I said earlier, in unlike fractions, the denominators are not same, they are different. So let us take it as an example, 7 by 2. And we take it as 10 by 9. Now in this, the very basic, when there are only two fractions to be compared, it is very much essential just to focus on the crossing, on the opponent's head. Yes, crossing on the opponent's head. That is, the 2 will hit 10 and 9 will hit 7. Sir, what to do with this now? See, this is our next step, what we are going to do now. It is 7 into 9 and 10 into 2. 7 into 9 is 63 and 10 into 2 will be 20. See which one is lesser. Obviously, the 20 is lesser. Yes or no? Okay. So, many of you all might have hit it correctly. So, what you're supposed to do is, this 20 is the second part. 20 is the second part which is lesser. So, the second fraction is the lesser and the first fraction is greater. Yes or no? So this is only to be applied. This is only to be applied when there are two fractions and both are unlike fractions. Both are having different denominators. So that becomes very much easy. The smaller one is to be written first and the larger one is to be written second. If we are going with ascending and descending, the greater will be first and the smaller will be second. In the next instance also, the smaller one, 10 by 9, if we are going for ascending, 10 by 9 will be written first and then 7 by 2, which is greater. If we are going with the descending, 7 by 2 will be first because it is greater, and 10 by 9 is smaller, will be written next. So it is very simpler for us to arrange in the ascending and descending order. But the very next question comes, sir, this was only the thing which we came across only in the instance of two fractions. What about if they are more? Yes, check it now. Let us say we take more examples, like we have 9 by 7, we have 3 by 7, and we have 6 by 7. See, this all three are like fractions. And since all these three are like fractions, we just need to arrange the numerators. We just need to arrange the numerators and then you are done with it. And that's it, what you are supposed to do with the like fractions, as 3, 6, 9. 3 is lesser than 6, 6 is lesser than 9, and here you are ready to go for the like fractions. 3 by 7 is less than 6 by 7 is less than 9 by 7. This is when you are having more than two like fractions. But let us take it ahead. So what about if there are more fractions, when there are more than two fractions in unlike fraction types? So let us get through with it. Let us say it is 2 by 3. Then it is, let us say, 4 by 5. And the next is basically we take it as 4 by 7. Ignore the numerators, focus on the denominators. But here, when there are more than two unlike fractions, the steps has to be a bit different. So what we are supposed to do? The very first step, what we are supposed to do, take the LCM of 3, 5 and 7. Take the LCM of 3, 5 and 7. Students, LCM of 3, 5 and 7 is 105. This is the first step what we have done, taking the LCM. Now, what shall we multiply the denominators to make them 105? That is equal to the LCM. So see, 105, what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to check which number is to be multiplied. So 105 divided by 3 is what? 35. So we need to multiply by 35. But if you multiply only the denominator, the fraction changes. So multiply and divide by 35 the first fraction. For the second fraction, go with 105 divided by 5, that is multiply divide by 21, and the third one multiply and divide by 15. Now check. This was our target and this was our purpose why we took LCM, to make the denominator same. 70 upon 105 is the outcome of the second step. 84 upon 105 is the outcome of the second step. And again 60 upon 105 is the output of the second step for each of the fractions. Now it is just like you can just see and get through with it. It is similar to your like fractions. And now you can arrange 60 is less than 70. It is less than 84. So complete the fractions. So check. So check the third fraction 4 by 7 is the smallest. Fraction 4 by 7 is the smallest. 70 by 105 comes from the first. So 2 by 3 is the middle one. And the next, it is 84 by 105 comes from the second, that is 4 by 5. So see, 4 by 5 is the third, and yes, this we have turned it into the ascending order. So see, we have done with the ascending of multiple of fractions. Now students, a minor thing which comes to your mind, sir, what about the improper fractions when it is given in the form of mixed? Nothing to worry, even if it is a mixed fraction, convert the mixed into the improper and follow the step of unlike fractions. I hope students, everybody has understood about the comparisons and getting the fractions into ascending and descending order. Please share the knowledge which you have gained through this video. Thank you students. Thanks a lot. Thanks from the end of Psychomath.